I understand you worked on these illustrations for quite a long time.
Yeah, I started in early 1976, February or March maybe, and finished in the summer of '82, so that's 6 years.
Why did it take you so long?
Well, I've always liked the book, and I wanted to do the kind of bang-up job on the pictures that I don't believe ever's been done before.
Why did you decide to do them all in pen and ink?
Well, since the book was written in the early 19th century, I wanted the pictures to look like they belonged in that time period also.
Like woodcuts or steel engravings?
Yes, exactly. I was after a technique. I wanted the illustrations to look as if they were done for the original edition of the book in 1818.
And how did you arrive at the monster's appearance?
Well, Shelley was pretty vague on exactly how he looked. She describes him, let me find the quote. His yellow skin scarcely covered the work of muscles and arteries beneath. His hair was of a lustrous black and flowing, his teeth of a pearly whiteness. But these luxuriances only formed a more horrid contrast with his watery eyes that seemed almost of the same color as the dun white sockets in which they were set, his shriveled complexion and straight black lips. So, as you can see, that leaves it pretty open to interpretation.
Yes, it certainly does.
So what I did, well, I can show you.
Oh, did you make that yourself?
Yeah, it's modeling clay sculpted over a life-size plastic skull. I was aiming for something that had a kind of unfinished look.
The no-nose look?
Yeah, no nose, muscles and tendons showing through the skin, such like. I tried to keep the general feeling of the death's head. Just a skull.
But with just enough underlying anatomy?
Yeah, right. Just enough musculature and stuff showing through the skin so it looks alive.
How did you envision the creation itself?
Well, again, Shelley was pretty vague about just how it was done. I got the feeling more that it was done with chemistry.
Uh-huh.
And that's why my lab scenes are pretty heavy on glassware.
But, the lightning and electricity.
No, that's pure Hollywood invention. Never really happened in the book. I got the feeling more from the book that it was, more organic. So I tried to treat the creation as a kind of bonding of chemistry and the way germ cultures are grown in the laboratory.
It sounds like you're being vague now.
Well, sure I am. You see, Shelley was so unspecific, I don't think even she was too clear on how the monster was created. She wasn't really concerned with the science of it. It was just a device to tell the story. On the other hand, I was attempting to visualize it. And since she was so open to interpretation, I decided that I could be vague too. I didn't think it was necessary to be obvious about just how Victor made the monster.
Well, that's true.
So I decided to stay away from the obvious things like scars and stitches and electrodes poking out of his neck, and just concentrate instead on handling the monster, the story itself really, as the archetype it really is. I don't really care how Victor made the monster. It just came to be. It happened, It materialized like a nightmare, like an apparition out of the dark corner of the mind.
Okay, now here's a question I'm sure you've never been asked before. Why do you like to scare people?
You're right. This is the first time I've ever been asked that question. Well, I really don't like to scare people, seriously frighten them, like booga booga, Sure, stories like Frankenstein and my pictures, they're scary, but it's a kind of pretend scariness. It's not like real fear, it's, you know what you're getting into with my stuff. It's entertainment, really. I'm not really trying to really scare anybody. That's not what I'm trying to do.
Well, Bernie, thank you very much for that interview.
Oh, not at all.
I wish we had time to... What's going on around here?
Bernie, why is it so dark? Bernie? Come on, Bernie. I don't like this. Turn on the...
Frankenstein from Marvel. Buy it. Or else.